Hey, Matt Blackett here once again, and what I'm doing today is just a special little bonus video lesson on one of my favorite things in the world, and that would be harmonics. I've always been a huge fan of creating harmonics on the guitar. I kind of find them superior to fretted notes. And so what I'm always doing is just looking for new and different ways of creating harmonics. And so I think we all know that we can find them at various places on the instrument, and I'm really a big fan of hitting the harmonics that occur over certain nodes of the D, G, and B strings, because that gives us just a nice sounding major chord. So if I'm way up here in the 19th position, I get a D chord there. There's a G chord at the 12th fret. We get that same D chord here at the 7th, and then a G chord that is an octave higher than the first one at the 5th. There are a ton of other places that we can find harmonics on the guitar, but these are the ones that I'm kind of going to concentrate on today. So many years ago, from studying the work of Eddie Van Halen, it occurred to me that you can create harmonics not just by plucking them, but by slapping them. Okay, and that's just me slamming my first finger down kind of right across the fret there at the 17th fret. So as I was doing in the intro here, if I'm somewhat accurate with my index finger, I can slap here, again at the 12th fret, and then again at the 7th. Okay, and they don't always ring perfectly, but the good news with this is if these open strings ring there, all that does is kind of create even cooler notes and chords and extensions on this, okay? And so, as I was just sort of messing around with this one day, I found out that I can slap here to create sort of a D chord, but then I can hammer here to create an A chord at the 5th fret, okay? And I found that by combining these rhythmically, I can come up with kind of a cool progression here. And what I do after I hit that A chord is I still slap them, but I'm angling my finger here to essentially try and catch those three harmonics right there. Sometimes you get lucky with them. Okay, and so it's an interesting thing because as I go through this, and I'm also sliding down to a G chord there and slapping that one, all kinds of cool overtones come in. And you can accentuate these overtones by running a little bit of compression on the signal, which is what I'm doing right now with this great sounding Origin Effects Cali 76 compressor that Barry Cleveland is reviewing in, I believe, the October issue. And so anyway, I want to go through that again, and just so you can hear what's going on. Okay. As is my nature, I wasn't content to leave it right there. I think just by accident, I happened to slap those harmonics, but then go ahead and just fret them right down here with a hammer on. That creates the exact same chord, so you have sort of half chord, half harmonics. But what I'm going to do now is get this sort of hammer-on rhythm thing going here. And I'm doing that by slapping it and then slapping the harmonics again. These certainly aren't the only places that you could do this. There's all kinds of fun stuff that you can do if you're slapping here at the 12th fret. And again, you don't have to be perfectly over the notes to make them ring. You want to get as close as you can, but the most important thing is just go for it, right? Because again, even if you happen to miss, you're still going to get notes ringing out there just by virtue of the percussiveness of it. So, the best thing you can do is just kind of start experimenting with them and see what you come up with.